Vegas insider Todd Fuhrman and Sportsline analyst Tim Doyle weighing in. Guys, by the numbers here, Phoenix giving 9.5, totals 221.5, very similar to game one. Todd, I know we like to assign point values when a player gets hurt or even returns to the lineup. Are you prepared to put a number on a specific official for this game?
I'm just disappointed Chris Paul hasn't made reference to it, so we can only imagine what the post-game presser will look like if the Phoenix Suns get upset today as a 9.5-point favorite. I thought game one was rather fascinating because it really was a tale of two halves. Phoenix clamping down defensively in the first half against the Pelicans, and when you dig into the box score and you look at the final, New Orleans appeared to be much more competitive than they really were for a full 48 minutes. So for me, I look at the number. I think it's extremely fair on the side. We know what it took for Phoenix to win that first game by 11. I'm going to go under the total at 221.5. And the reason I say that is because I think this number is very much in line with game one, only because the Suns built that big lead at the break, and they got a little bit loose defensively when the Pelicans had to push pace and tempo in the second half. But when you dig into the first half numbers, I mean, the game didn't even get to 90 points. And so much of what the Pelicans were able to do offensively in that contest was crash the offensive glass. They had 95 shot attempts, which normally would suggest an over, but I have to imagine it's a point of emphasis leading up to this game that for Phoenix, crash the defensive glass, don't give up so many second chance opportunities. And the one thing about the Pelicans, they take so many ill-advised shots that against the Phoenix defense that wants to extend to the perimeter, it's going to create some problems. I'm going to go under the total at 221.5. I know it's always a scary proposition going under in a game involving the Pelicans.
Well said. Yeah, scary. Yeah, it's just like when you bet under, when Kenny White gives you under on Kevin Durant on Easter Sunday, when all the kids are around saying, Uncle Timmy, hit me with words of wisdom. Who do you like? So I like Kevin Durant under. And it actually ended up being a winner. But it was an awful Easter. I'm not going to lie. It's not fun watching Kevin Durant hoist shot after shot. I think there's going to be a lot of shots in this game as the Pelicans out-rebounded the Suns by 20, and they're basically saying we're taller and we're going to throw the ball at the rim and go get it. What was so interesting was Pelicans scored 34 points in the first half. Charles Barkley called it one of the best defensive performances he has seen the entire season from Phoenix. And then you look up in the fourth quarter with 9 minutes left, it's 87-81. You're like, what has just happened? I'm going to take the dog here in the points because that comeback by New Orleans, they go into game two being like, man, if we just play a little bit better in the first half and we don't get shook, we know we have the size advantage. We know we can go to the glass. And if we just are a little bit more patient and do a better job in the pick and roll, like, we have a shot to win this game. So Joe Musso, hats off to you last night. Look at you. I see the hanky thing. You got the purple hanky. How you doing, huh? Let me see that thing you got going on
there's
there.
There's always a lot of purple pride here. You invoked Mr. Greenstein's name. That's a famous Medill name right there. I know, Tim, you also, you wear your Northwestern colors proud. Did you have a Big Ten whistle that famously got the best of you? Like, did you have a name that you just hated to see on the officiating sheet?
I had one of a favorite referee. No, I never had an official I hated, to answer your question, okay? But Eddie Hightower was a referee in the Big Ten when our fathers were watching the Big Ten, okay? And during that time, he was bald. And then when he was refereeing me in the early 2000s, he had a full head of hair. So whenever I was in layup lines, I'd always go, oh, Mr. Hightower, can I touch that on top of your head? He goes, Doyle, get back in line. That a lot happened. So, yeah, I don't know. And you want something? I don't know. I don't know with the mullet, Fuhrman. I don't know what's going on, if that's all yours, but I respect it. Here's what I was giving you credit with, Musso.
Yeah,
okay?
where are you going with that?
Your Mavericks. Great pick yesterday. And then what he said was, jump in on the series line because Luka Doncic is going to pull a Daniel LaRusso. So Musso,
I made no guarantees.
You, my friend.
I made no guarantees. I said he'd be 2 days closer to his return, whether that return was in Game 3 or next season. You spot the lie. Let's spot some more winners here. Getting Todd Fuhrman back in on the poll. Todd, player prop in this matchup. What do you got your eye on?
Well, honestly, Joe, I was going to say the whistle that Tim Doyle probably feared the most was actually Bill Carmody when he pulled Doyle off the court during drills because he was a massive disruption for everybody else wearing purple and black. But I digress on that. When you look at this game tonight, I think there was one player that we all had in mind to try and go under his point total. And that, of course, is the ageless wonder, Joe, who you mentioned, Chris Paul. 16.5 is the going rate here, and he put together one of the more dominant fourth quarters you're going to see from a veteran his age. But he's not out there for his scoring touch. He's not going 12 for 16 again in any single game in this series, and I don't think the Suns are going to call on him to score 17 straight points in crunch time. Paul's out there as a floor general, a facilitator, getting the ball to Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton in the paint. I'm going to sell stock at the top of the market as far as Chris Paul's point total and go under 16.5. I have him penciled in more in that 12 to 13 range.
Good. This correlates with mine, guy, because if he's going Paul under, I'm going Booker over. Averaged nearly 27 points a game. Was off to a stutter step start. What I love about Booker is he can get like NBA Jam hot. Like he's on fire hot, where like every time he sets a massive tone in the first quarter, and he got off to a really good start and just came up a little bit short last out. I like him going over this number. So Todd and I working together. That's what I like, Todd. You and I face-to-face dancing. That's how we get it done.
That's where we go. A little simpatico here, Tim.
We can get the dynamic duo working together. We're cooking with gas. Tim Doyle likes the Pels catching the 9.5. It's Devin Armani over his 27.5. That point prop coming in right around his playoff average for his career, which is top 10 all time. We'll see if he can get you close to 30 in this one. Todd Fuhrman likes the game under the 221.5, and Chris Paul under his 16.5.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.